If your online education business is stuck between $300,000 and $1.5 million in annual revenue, this is why. It's not because you're lazy. It's because there's probably only one person in your business thinking about growth, and that's you. Let me show you how to fix that. So in this video, we're going to talk about why so many people get stuck at that specific level and give you ways to break through it. Let's start with the main reason that businesses are stuck at this level. It's because there's usually only one person in the entire company, it doesn't matter if you have other people working there, that is thinking all day, every day on how to grow the business. And if you're the founder, that person is probably you. You got the business to this level, but you're also the same thing holding the business at this level and not allowing it to grow to its full potential. Let's go back in time a little bit. About 15 years ago, this was for my first business. We had just gotten to 6 figures. This was a brick and mortar language school that my wife and I had run. I never expected the business to get this big. But since suddenly we were growing, and then we got stuck. We kind of stopped there, around $300,000. It was almost like this magical number that we couldn't get past. And then one of my mentors came to me and asked me to explain who was doing things in the business, who was doing what. And I started saying, well, I do the website, I answer the emails, I send out the payments, I do the marketing, I do the SEO, I create the content, and then we have a school and teachers who actually deliver the product. And then he kind of looked at me quizzically and said, wait, you answer the emails? You still do this? You still do that? And I'm like, yes. He asked me why. And in my ignorance of 20 years ago, I told him, because nobody can do that as well as I can, right? And then he cocked his head in the other direction. And I remember him looking at me saying, there are 8 billion people on this planet, and you think not a single one of those people can answer emails better than you. And I remember that kind of hitting me like a gut punch. Because the level of arrogance I must have had to think that out of every single person on this planet, not a single person could answer emails better than me was incredible. So what did I do? I went out there and I hired, admittedly, a mediocre person to answer my emails. But even that mediocre person was spending all day answering emails and did a better job than me. Our business grew 30% in the next 6 months, just because I stopped answering emails and I started working on other things. That was a huge unlock for me. And from there, it was like a snowball rolling down the hill, getting bigger and bigger. So that discovery is what started the entire process of me realizing that I couldn't do this all by myself. But it was only the first step. It was like playing a computer game. And I got from level 1 to level 2. But in business, there are 100 other levels to get to. So I had a lot of learning to do. The next big unlock was when we get to kind of 500, 600,000, we paused again. I remember thinking like, oh my goodness, what is the secret here? It was because there was still one big role I was too maybe ignorant or too arrogant to let go of. And that was growing the business. And I remember thinking, well, no, this is my business, this is my baby. Nobody knows it as well as I do. I'm the only one who can grow it. But again, like many, many times, and like my wife always tells me, Ray, you were wrong. For the first time, I hired somebody whose job it was to help grow the business. And generally speaking, when I advise my clients, there's usually 2 possible people who can help you in the next stage of your growth. These are more advanced people that you'd hire in the business. One of these people is usually somebody focused on growth itself and growth in the traditional sense. So this is either somebody in sales or marketing that comes into your business. So somebody almost at a VP level, almost at a CMO level is going to come and help grow your business. The other option is somebody on the operations side, the delivery, to optimize the delivery. How does that help? That actually makes your business more profitable, which means in turn you have more money to reinvest in the marketing, which will grow your business. Hiring just those 2 people will probably double or triple your business. This ties in perfectly to the productized education model. As a reminder, the productized education model has 3 different areas. There's growth, there's fulfillment, and then there's process. Now, usually the founder, when you start off, you have to do all 3 of them. What did we just talk about? It's talking about offloading 2 out of 3 of the other ones. Fulfillment is usually your teachers. It might be you sometimes, but at this point, if you're $300,000 to $500,000, I hope you're still not the only one delivering all the teaching. You should have a teaching staff. That part you can scale by just hiring more people. But hiring somebody into growth, remember this marketing person, and hiring somebody into processes, which is this operations person, is all you need to scale and break through to the next level. Doing all of this has an additional benefit. It keeps you from burning out. Remember, entrepreneurship is a long-term game. It's not about getting rich in 30 days, despite what everybody is going to try to sell you on their courses and their TikTok videos, right? It's about doing this for a long time and doing consistently. And the only way you can do that is winning as a team. It's like any other sport out there. Hire this growth person, hire this operations person. That's just the first step. Then they're gonna start building out their amazing team below them, and then that's gonna help you scale your business up even farther. What does that allow you as the founder, as the CEO of your business to do? It allows you to focus on what you enjoy, what made you start the business in the first place. And now for some of you, what made you start the business in the first place is actually the mission of the business. But for a lot of other people, it's, I wanted to spend more time with my family. I wanted to focus on my health. Bringing these people in there will allow you to do that, which in turn will feed back into the business, because you're gonna be healthier in your life outside of the business. And your business is gonna grow even more because you believe in the mission even more than you did when you started. So if you're still one of those businesses stuck at $300,000 and $1.5 million, even if you have some staff members, you're probably still operating the business as if you were still a solopreneur. It's just you. You just happen to have some people assisting on little menial tasks around the place. If you really want to grow and become a CEO and get the financial and time independence that you probably started this business to do, the key is bringing in these team players. There's people who can complement you and start thinking day and night about how to grow your business just like you do. Getting stuck isn't bad. Staying stuck is. Check out the link below to get the toolkit I wish I had when I was stuck at six figures and trying to duct tape everything together to break through to the next level. It's built to help online education business owners, not bro marketers, scale to 8 figures and beyond with actual structure and not just slogans.